Hello and welcome back to Chasing the Target. England have won the series against Pakistan in Pakistan, a historic win. They won the game by 26 runs. In hindsight, it was a very close game. Pakistan coming close both times. I would say, the first Test match, it was all about England making that victory. But in this one, Pakistan took them really close. Saud, Shakil, and Mohammad Nawaz today with an outstanding partnership, and it looked like at one stage that Pakistan will win this and Faiz's prediction will come true. But England again, there was a bit of a controversy there as well with the wicket of Saud Shakil. We will get into that in the eye test. But Mark Wood picking up 4 wickets and accompanied by a couple of wickets from Robinson and Anderson. The pace bowlers doing the job. It just shows they're not just made for English conditions, also made for all conditions and Pakistani conditions to be exact. So yeah, it was a great day of Test cricket. Faiz, how are you doing, bro?
Doing good. I mean, yeah, the controversy is going to be standing there already. Babar has made comments. We'll get to fresh off the press whenever we do. Overall, yeah, dominant England performance. I think the main wicket that they got was of South Shakil. Obviously, that he was sticking on and he looked very good. Almost got a century, but unfortunately, Ollie Pope taking a good catch or not. Let's talk about that later. But yeah, apart from that, Abrar Ahmad came and showed a few signs of getting back into the game, but unfortunately उन्हें भी out हो गया. Mark Wood splendid bowling. All the wickets that he got were bowls तो जबरदस्त थे. Obviously South Shakil भी wicket उन्हें ही लिया. तो अच्छा था. England overall, we could say deserved the victory because they looked more attacking and more willing to win the test match rather than a Pakistani side who did not capitalize on their batting with the strengths of Babar and Rizwan. I think they could have easily I know the pitch was a little bit uncalled for, but they should have done better for considering their averages and stuff in Test cricket.
100%. Gunnar Paj is in the house. England fire. क्या हाल है पाजी की हाल चाल सब ठीक ठाक. Thank you for joining. आप आपके comments और सवाल पूछते रहे. But yeah, I think Faiz, you got a spot on over there. Also, for me, Pakistan's intent, should have been a bit more aggressive. I know Anderson is a wonderful bowler, outstanding line length, but you saw in these conditions, similar conditions, subcontinent, Rishabh Pant attacked him. He played the reverse sweep. He took risks against Anderson. When you take risks against Anderson, it puts pressure on all the other bowlers. It will make the captain change, bring on the spinner, and then you can attack the spinner as well. That's what India were doing, against England in that series in Indian conditions. So I felt that Pakistan did not attack Anderson. Yes, Abrar Ahmad came and hit him for a 4 and tried to set the tone and got out. But I'm talking about the likes of Saud Shakil, the likes of Nawaz, Babar, Rizwan. These guys should have attacked Anderson more, take risks, because there was no risk taken against him and he picked up a couple wickets. His figures are outstanding and England won the game. So if you attack someone like an Anderson, it'll put pressure and take it from there. What do you think on that?
Yeah, for me, I think Pakistan were just in that scenario where they were not able, like you mentioned, Rishabh Pant was hitting them, but I feel Pakistan being at home and playing after a long time, that also got to them to an extent that they need to get out of victory somehow. Now, there'll be two things over here. Why didn't they go aggressive? And if they went aggressive and failed, then why did they go aggressive? So I think they, in the balance of that thing, they just got caught up. See, as we know that they were started the day with what is name, South Shakil and Fahim Ashraf. So I think Fahim Ashraf can be considered as a tailender, and South Shakil really had to save his wicket. In that aspect, if I would have to say, then
Fahim Ashraf को tailender बोलते रहे तुम.
उतना मतलब मेरे को उतना तो अभी तक उसका कुछ ऐसा प्रॉपर बैट्समैन का वो नहीं दिखा. But Nawaz on the other hand played a better innings than him. Maybe you could say Nawaz and South Shakil, when they were there, they could really pace it up, but the bowling that England were also doing according to the pitch and the conditions was superb. So you have to give it to them. Going for the hit and going for the kill would have probably backfired quicker rather than later. You know what I mean? So I think they were just wanting to save a partnership and savor a partnership that could take them at least to the 60 and 50 odd runs. But yeah, unfortunately, South Shakil का जो wicket चले गया and Nawaz भी एकदम से Wood के bowling पे out हो गया. तो yeah, that caused that.
Definitely, we'll take one comment and go into the eye test. रमीज राजा कौन सा माल फूकता है उसको खुद पता नहीं लगता कि वो क्या बोल रहा है. लाइक सच में उन्हें जब कमेंटेटर था यूट्यूब चैनल्स पे बोलता था कि बाबर अपने लिए रन्स करता, रिजवान अपने लिए रन्स करता. अब नाउ इज द चेयरमैन, ही इज saying different things, but the results are the same. The time consumed in innings is the same, and even worse maybe at times. So मेरे को भी समझ में नहीं आ रहा, रमीज राजा एक तरफ कुछ और बोल रहा था पहले, अभी कुछ और बोल रहा. अब देखेंगे क्या होता फ्यूचर में,
ऑब्वियसली
लेकिन
फर्क तो होगा उसमें, बिकॉज आई थिंक जब वो पीसीबी को रिप्रेजेंट करेगा इट विल बी अ डिफरेंस इन ओपिनियन. ऑब्वियसली आपको you can't वैसा was Ravi Shastri was also the coach of the Indian team, and he also had his moments and stuff like that. So I think when you're representing the board of your own nation, you can't go against it. That'll be a
no,
little
you
bit.
can't go against it, मगर you should put forward your point कि भाई aggressive cricket खेलो आप, like आगे निकल के खेलो, don't play for yourself, do make pitches which are aggressive. अभी परसों जैसा गुरनूर पाजी बोले, उन्हें क्या बोल रहा समझ में नहीं आ रहा. परसों लास्ट टेस्ट मैच में बोला कि it'll take Pakistan 10 years to make a wicket, like a good wicket, right? This was a good wicket, man. Like धोन एंड मुल्तान रिजल्ट आ गया, ठीक है 3 दिन में आ गया, जो भी है, लेकिन रिजल्ट आया, राइट. एंड एंटरटेनमेंट था, विकेट्स भी थे इसमें, रन्स भी थे. आप 100 भी देखे हैरी ब्रुक्स से, साउथ अफ्रीका का इनिंग्स देखे, ऊपर विकेट्स भी थे, फास्ट बॉलर्स भी लिए, अबरार अहमद भी लिया. सो देयर वाज अ गुड विकेट. तो फिर क्या बोल रहा हूं, समझ में नहीं आ रहा.
अपने पास इसको हैदराबाद में डेढ़ उछाड़ी बोलते हैं. डेढ़ उछाड़ी बोले तो एक हाथी के दांत एक बताने के, एक चबाने के, जो बोलते हैं अपने इंडिया में कि मे बी इज प्लेइंग माइंड गेम्स, मे बी इज सेइंग नहीं नहीं है हमारे पास, एंड देन सडनली पॉपिंग इट अप. ही कुड बी अ वेरी स्मार्ट गाय और ही कुड बी अ वेरी डम गाय. अगेन इट्स टू वेज दैट गो देयर.
he's just क्या बोलते, सो he is contradicting himself. वही है कि मतलब आप कुछ बोल रहे हो, कुछ और कर रहे हैं. But let's go into the eye test and talk a bit more controversy, sir. तो जो मैच चेंजिंग सिचुएशन था, ये था कि मार्क वुड कमिंग इनटू बोल, साउथ की लेग lances it up down the leg side. Ali Pope takes the catch, or we assume he takes the catch, and the soft signal is out. TV umpire के पास गया वो. अब मुझे लगा कि it hit the floor. I didn't think that's out. मतलब I mean, yeah, मुझे नहीं लगा it's out. I felt that ball जमीन को लगा, and there was not clear evidence for it to be given out. Lekin because the soft signal was out, there was not clear evidence that it was not out either. Right? ऐसा नहीं है कि 100% फ्लोर को लगा. The angles that they were seeing, I think 2 angles देखे, एक स्पाइडर कैम का और एक एंगल दिखाई, और उसमें
मिड ऑन के टाइप से
क्लियर नहीं दिख रहा था कि भाई क्या है. और तो आपकी तरफ से आपको क्या लग रहा? मेरे तरफ से तो नॉट आउट था, लेकिन सॉफ्ट सिग्नल के वजह से आई गेस यू कुडंट ओवरटर्न दैट डिसीजन.
तो या द सॉफ्ट सिग्नल थिंग इधर इसलिए प्ले हुआ बिकॉज वो रूल में लिखा हुआ है कि गिवन द फैक्ट अगर द बॉलिंग एंड एम्पायर अगर इज कंफ्यूज्ड अलोंग विद द स्ट्राइकर एंड एम्पायर, then both of them will have a discussion and he'll have to give a soft signal which will be like chest height or something. अगर chest height के that's a soft signal considered. तो फिर that'll go to the TV umpire, and if the TV umpire is also inconclusive, अगर वो sure नहीं है तो जो umpire pitch पे देता है वही decision रहेगा. So that is the rule. Now coming to what I feel, कि मेरे को ऐसा लगा कि भाई ऑली पोप जब मैं फर्स्ट टाइम देखा तो उसके ग्लव पे भी थोड़ा थोड़ा कुछ रेड था. There was some bit of a red thing in his middle finger that when he caught the ball, it seemed like that thing hit the ground and he still grasped it. The other angle what I saw is उसके हाथ ऐसे जाके ऐसे हो गए थे एक पॉइंट पे. So for me, it is inconclusive and I still feel that it touched it because Ollie Pope himself was not sure. He didn't know क्या हुआ because gloves में पता नहीं होता है. But for me, I would say that if there is so much doubt in it and so much scrutiny जो हो रही है उसमें, not out देना था उसको because उसके हाथ clearly ऐसे जाके ऐसा खुल जाते हैं एक point पे and I felt के ball touched the ground.
तो आपके हिसाब से वो अंपायर का फॉल्ट है या थर्ड अंपायर का फॉल्ट?
I think जो empire is on the pitch उसके fault है because उन्होंने खुद श्योर नहीं थे देने से पहले and just soft signal क्या वजह से उन्हें आउट हो गया.
अब देखो, हाँ नहीं, मेरे हिसाब से भी लाइक वो नॉट आउट था, बट डिबेटेबल है. इट्स नॉट लाइक कि डिबेटेबल नहीं है ऐसा. मुझे भी कंक्लूसिव एविडेंस नहीं है कि भाई इट टच द फ्लोर, बट जो आप ये एंगल बोल रहे हो, राइट, मुझे वहां पे लग रहा था कि बॉल टच द फ्लोर. यू कैन से मे बी हिज थंब वाज अंडर द बॉल एंड थिंक सो that conclusive thing comes into the equation, and the end result, you're going to go with umpire's call. Umpire out de diya, so then you'll have to stick to that call.
Yeah,
But yeah,
मेरे
I do not agree with it. Like, I think not out था, like मेरे हिसाब
मेरे
से
ख्याल
अब
में
like,
देखो भाई, अगर टीवी एम्पायर खुद बोल रहा whilst on the radio he is saying that I have no conclusiveness of this wicket, then that itself should be like, the rule is very weird कि भाई अगर टीवी एम्पायर भी इनकंक्लूसिव है, जब टीवी पे उन्हें रिप्लाई, आई अंडरस्टैंड कि जो बॉलर्स एम्पायर है दे हैव वन शॉट एट इट, दे डोंट हैव मल्टीपल शॉट्स, एक उसमें देना है और एक आपको डिसीजन दे देना है, बट अब टीवी एम्पायर को जब नहीं समझ में आ रहा था, आई थिंक दैट डिसीजन शुड बी टेकन इन अकाउंट रादर देन द वन ऑन द ऑन फील्ड, यू नो व्हाट आई मीन.
it should be a TV umpire's call basically.
Exactly. Joel Wilson should have been the one who was supposed to give that not out or out. But at the end of the day, the rule dictates that, the umpire on the pitch, his decision will stand.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of Pakistani fans will be upset with that. They'll think that's game changing. It was game changing because वो साउथ का विकेट था and उन्हें खेल रहा था. It was close to 100. विनेश भाई जो हमारे साथ ज्वाइन करे अभी, thank you so much for joining. और उन्होंने भी बहुत बात करे साउथ के बारे में. He could have won them the test match, but also the shot was ridiculous, bro. Down the leg side आप ऐसा shot नहीं खेलना चाहिए. वो
Same Nawaz shot खेला. Same
नवाज भी like उन्हें 94 पे था, इन्हें भी सेट था, दोनों
41.
सेट बैट्समैन. आप डाउन द लेग साइड ऐसा खेल रहे तो फिर like ठीक है, वो लाइक डिबेटेबल डिसीजन है, लेकिन शॉट सिलेक्शन बहुत गलत था. एंड यू आर विनिंग पाकिस्तान द टेस्ट मैच, तो पाकिस्तान द विक्ट्री वाज इन योर ग्रास्प. आप जीत रहे थे भाई. वो सिचुएशन में मेरे को लग रहा था कि भाई पाकिस्तान जीत रही, बिकॉज मैं क्या बोला, I know that I said England will win, but I said they'll need to get wickets early. They got one wicket. उसके बाद इतना लंबा पार्टनरशिप, आप इक्वेशन 70 को लेके आए थे, 5 विकेट बाकी थे आपको, राइट? 5 विकेट बाकी, तो सेट बैट्समैन थे. एंड भाई आगा सलमान is not a tailender also. He can also bat. And you had batsmen there. Abrar showed what he could do. So that shot selection was completely wrong मेरे हिसाब से. So that's part of the eye test also कि भाई ठीक है, decision controversial था मेरे तरफ से, not out है, लेकिन शॉर्ट सिलेक्शन को आपको डबल चेक करना पड़ता है. स्पेशली अब देखो पाकिस्तान का यही प्रॉब्लम है. अब फाइनल से देख लो, T20 वर्ल्ड कप से अब देख लो, they get close in matches. They actually make it difficult for the opposition to beat them. मगर फिर कुछ ना कुछ होके collapse हो जाते हैं और हार जाते हैं. फिर सब आपको criticize करेंगे. They actually played good cricket in periods in this game, whether it's Saud Shakil's innings, whether it is Imam's partnership with him, whether it was Nawaz's partnership, Abrar Ahmed, the way he's played with the bat ball in the field, like taking how many 11 wickets in the game, that's incredible stuff. लेकिन फिर आप ये गलतियां करेंगे, मैच हार जाएंगे तो प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगा. So Pakistan have to learn to मतलब get over the line. कैसा आप क्रॉस करेंगे, बिकॉज आप खेल रहे तो अच्छा, मगर फिर आप कुछ गलतियां करके पूरा मैच फेंक दे रहे. दोनों मैचेस, एक तो ड्रॉ करना था, ये जीतना था मेरे हिसाब से. तो या मैं को तो ऐसा दिख रहा हूँ.
Vinesh Bhai says Fahim has scored 90 and 70 in New Zealand, but after this, his batting skills just went down. That shows Pakistan managed done. After that, he was dropped and his batting skills have just gone. Yeah, that's why, like I was telling him, so I felt like he was like a tailender the way he was batting, उसका लगा ही नहीं कि उन्हें कुछ batting आती है उसको. हालांकि, he's played decent amount of games and stuff. I'm not going to say anything about that, but I just didn't like what he was doing out there today. तो
वही उसको ड्रॉप कर दिया, उन्हें खेला नहीं जमाने से, वापस आके दे एक्सपेक्ट हिम टू स्कोर. थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट रहता वो सिचुएशन में, लेकिन he can bat, like he's got a 90.
he averages 30 in test. I mean I can understand that, but like still. But yeah, for me, the main thing was like you said, you got a spot on that. The short selection was just too poor from South Shakil. After knowing that Nawaz went on the same kind of lines, I think he should have played a bit thing. Had Nawaz and South Shakil sort of calmed themselves down, 100 पे आए बाद धड़ाधड़ मार दे सकते थे. They could have finished off it quick because उसके बाद कुछ ज्यादा वो नहीं थे.
और उन्हें मार्कवुड इंटरव्यू में बोला पोस्ट मैच में टू द बीबीसी टेस्ट मैच स्पेशली, सेड कि भाई वो आउटसाइड ऑप्शन डाल रहा था, मैं कुछ हो रहा नहीं था, उन लोग अच्छा कवर ड्राइव्स खेल रहे थे, तो आई स्टार्ट अटैकिंग द बॉडी. सो व्हेन यू कम टू द बॉडी, एक्चुअली फेवर्स द बैट्समैन एट टाइम्स, बिकॉज़ एक स्ट्रेज डाउन द लेग साइड, यू कैन फ्लिक इट ऑफ, बट ही इज फ्लिकिंग इट स्ट्रेट टू द कीपर. At least pull it or leave it, like make him go back to that outside of stumps, make the bowler bowl to your strengths. मगर आप ऐसा गलतियां करेंगे तो फिर the opposition will sniff blood and they'll come out. Yeah, they'll come and they'll win the game. That's exactly what happened. So yeah, unfortunate for both those batsmen, but short selection was
your player. Yeah, I just want to say, who do you think was the best amongst the whole England squad in this thing? Who was
my man of the match? You say?
Yeah, man of the match. Let's.
I'll go Harry Brook. I think 100 in the third innings, as like yeah, second for England, but third innings of the match on a dicey wicket. He scored that 100, fairly quickly, batted really well. He his runs allowed England to set that total, and in the end, it was just a 26 run difference. So वो जो 100 था बहुत crucial था,
Yeah.
considering the situation. Batted really well, and he's had an outstanding series so far. He loves playing in Pakistan. Even T20 series में भी जबरदस्त खेला था. And we saw in the T20 World Cup, we were waiting for him. He didn't really perform there, मगर he's shown what a class player he is.
Yeah,
Uh,
100%.
भाई आपके लिए सवाल है यहाँ पे गुन्नू पाजी से.
दुबई में इंडियन मेल नर्स है क्या? मैं बिकॉज नर्सिंग हूँ, कंप्लेंट कर सोच रहा हूँ, उधर ट्राई मार रहा हूँ. आ जाइए भाई, बिल्कुल. दुबई इज ओपन
मेल
फॉर यू
नर्सेस हर
ओनली.
जगह है भाई. पूरी दुनिया में मेल नर्सेस है. आप जहाँ भी है, आप अप्लाई करना चाहते हैं गुन्नू पाजी,
आ
आप कर
जाइए,
सकते हैं.
बिल्कुल.
And it's as a
सैटरडे.
sad reality of Pakistan that didn't look domestic performances like 2 years from Saud and Abrar only perform in this match, and they both be selected from domestic hope. They select Kamran Ghulam. I completely agree with you, Bhaijan, Vinesh Bhai. This is a point where the other podcasters were also saying this, and a lot of articles that I read. Ki bhai, ये domestic players को आप chance दो. There's still more. There's Mohammad Herrera, I think, a young 20-year-old batsman. They should have tried him instead of Azhar Ali in the squad. They didn't try him. Just more like 3-4 batsmen, bowlers as well that you can try from domestic circuit. Abrar and Saud has been averaging
Yeah.
50 over the last couple of years, not just this year. Last couple of years, he's been averaging around 50 in the Qaeda-e-Azam. So उसको अब chance दे रहे. Abrar को भी अभी chance they look what he's doing. So I think they definitely need to go into that domestic structure, especially for Test cricket. क्या करें उन लोग एकदम से T20 वर्ल्ड कप से जो भी प्लेयर थे उन लोग को उठा के खिला दिया. हारिस रऊफ,
Exactly.
नसीम शाह, उन लोग को get people from the domestic circuit who are playing 5-day, 4-day, the longer form of cricket. उन लोग को लेके आओ. Vinesh bhai, I completely agree with you in that
But
sense.
this has been like Pakistan's problem, that you see a lot of shifting in their upper order as well. Like you don't see it consistently. एक time के बाद एक याद नहीं रहते players आपको. जैसे उस दिन मुसाद भाई also took a few names that we forgot, like Bilal Bhatti and हुआ. ये आते एक आध दो मैच खेलते थे, like in India, England, you have players that will be in your brain, like याद रहता है हाँ भाई ये squad. But Pakistan keep improvising their squad in like a bad way or a good way, but they keep changing it, and which makes it difficult to have a core team at the end of the day.
Yeah, and Fez, we saw another thing I want to say. That is Abrar Ahmed. We spoke about him. He was amazing. What a world-class debut. He picked majority of the wickets. But from England's point of view, especially in the second innings, majority were fast bowlers who picked up wickets. They're winning the
Yeah.
series with fast bowlers. How surprised were you? I know Leach took 4 wickets and Root 2 in the first innings, which was 6 wickets, but still 5 wickets in the first innings from the Pacers. And then in the second innings, you had around 8 wickets from the Pacers. So, like, how impressed have you been with the fast bowlers, man? ये conditions में लोग बोलते हैं कि
Yeah.
जो इंग्लिश का अटैक है, they don't have, it's only good for swinging conditions. मगर भाई पाकिस्तान में आके फ्लैट पिचों में या टर्निंग पिचेस पे आके विकेट ले रहे हैं लोग.
Yeah, नहीं बिल्कुल, like मैं भी शॉक में रह गया, because like Abrar Ahmed was there and Jack took 4 wickets in the first innings of Pakistan, but second innings में जिस तरीके से रिवर्स स्विंग एक बॉल आया था जो बोल्ड हुआ था, देखो insane deliveries bro. like मैं भी परेशान हो गया वो देख के कि भाई इन लोगों को इतना परचेस कहाँ से मिल रहा है, ये विकेट से,
कल जो
डेड
3
हीट विकेट.
बॉल्स थे,
हम्म
कल जो
कल
3
जो 3 बॉल
डिलीवरीज
थे,
थे
yeah.
भाई,
वो तो बाबर का था
मार्कवुड,
विकेट. Yeah.
रॉबिन्सन और एंडरसन, तीनों डिलीवरीज.
Anderson. Yeah, that was something spectacular, and I think your technique जो है, I think Pakistan really need to get this down, because they have that quality in fast bowlers, right? They have Wasim Junior, they have अभी तो injured है अपना नसीम boy है, लेकिन when Shaheen comes back, I think they need to start understanding these techniques of reversing the ball and making a dead wicket alive. And I think England has been working spectacularly. I think the bowling, fielding, everything unit has been one family, and I think that's how it's coming down to these victories. I think this is their 8th victory in the 9th for Ben Stokes as captain. 8 out of 9 जीत
8
गया.
out of 9, हाँ. और उसमें से इंडिया को हराए, न्यूजीलैंड को हराए, साउथ अफ्रीका को 2 बार हराए, एक हारे, और फिर पाकिस्तान को 2 बार हराए. तो these are not easy test matches, मगर they're at the wheel, man. Ben Stokes at the wheel, total control. We have a couple of comments about Virat Kohli and about the Indian women's team.
Oh
We will
yeah,
get to
that
that.
was fire
बात
yesterday.
मैं फैज को लेके आएगा. He's become a fan of women's cricket now.
Yeah.
वो बात करेंगे towards the end of the show. But yeah, Faiz, anything you wanted to add in the eye test, Abrar Ahmed or anything else? I know Zahoor Ahmed, he did, was it the other
Zaid
leg spinner?
Mahmood.
He wasn't,
Zaid
he
Mahmood.
wasn't, Zahid Mahmood, sorry. He wasn't as impressive, but Abrar Ahmed, this youngster has a bright future. Hopefully they nurture him well and उसको मतलब chances देते रहें और उसको back करते रहें, because उन्हें हर मैच में तो नहीं लेगा 7-8 विकेट, मगर डेब्यू पे लेना बहुत बड़ी बात है.
बट माइंड यू या डेब्यू पे लेना बड़ी बात है, और ये इंग्लैंड की टीम से लेना बहुत बड़ी बात है. द लाइक्स ऑफ जो रूट, हैरी ब्रोक्स, बेन स्टोक्स, डकेट. मेरे लिए डकेट भी काफी आवश्यक. कौन से मैन ऑफ द मैच अगर मैं देख रहा हूँ, इवन डकेट वाज क्वालिटी, बिकॉज दोनों इनिंग्स में उन्हें जबरदस्त खेला.
डकेट क्या बोला था मालूम मैच से पहले? मैच के ड्यूरिंग आई थिंक बोला था कि अब्रार इट्स नॉट अ बिग डील, लाइक वी कैन he's not that like thing, no surprising factor. Next day उन्हें विकेट उखाड़ा
दोनों बार. हाँ, दोनों उसमें नहीं उखाड़ा. बड़े बड़े बातें, बड़े पाँव खाते हो क्या मसला है यहाँ पे. तो
मगर अच्छा खेला उन्हें, पेंटकेट दिया.
But I think this is something that Pakistan needs to realize, that you experiment with a young guy from Qaeda-Azam and you can get benefits, but you keep him. ये नहीं कि अगले मैच में अगर उन्हें नहीं लिया विकेट तो उसको गायब कर दो.
हाँ, वैसा नहीं करना.
फिर वो 3 Idiots का गाना आया था, कहाँ गया था वो यार था हमारा वो, you remember all those songs. क्या रे भाई कौन था रे हो, एक मैच को आया था 11 विकेट लिया, उसके बाद गायब कर दिए. So I think Pakistan really need to take this as a pedestal and start growing on this. Start making younger generation come quick up earlier. Like कल अपन जितने भी पाकिस्तानी फॉलोअर 30 plus 32, this is when they start their careers, which doesn't make sense to me. Batsmen in general also. So I think Pakistan really needs to learn from this. It's a learning experience. छोड़ दो ऐसे. और मुल्तान आप कितने के साल के बाद मुल्तान में खेल रहे हैं, चलो वो भी दे दे तो मैं आपको. आप होमी सीरीज कितने के साल के बाद करो, वो भी दे दे तो मैं आपको. तो I think just learn from this and grow as a team, and management really needs to get up.
मगर यही है कि अगर आप compete करेंगे टीम्स के साथ, ऑस्ट्रेलिया, इंग्लैंड के साथ एट होम, आपको बेहतर परफॉर्मेंस तो देना पड़ेगा. और ऐसे प्लेयर्स को अगर आप बैक करेंगे जो डोमेस्टिकली प्रूव कर रहे हैं, जो ये कंडीशंस में आपको विकेट्स ले रहे हैं या रन्स मार रहे हैं, तो फिर आपको फायदा है, राइट. सिराज को भी कैसा लेके आए टीम में. सिराज उन्हें पूरा परफॉर्म करा रांची ट्रॉफी में, 4-4 5-5 विकेट ले रहा था इनिंग्स में, फिर उसको लेके आए. सो दैट्स व्हाट यू हैव टू डू. You have to back your domestic structure, and then even if they get hit, continue to back them. ठीक है, the odd drop is fine, लेकिन keep them in that structure. अब साउथ शकील also वनडे में थोड़ा खिलाए थे उसको 1 साल पहले, फिर उसके बाद गायब कर दिया. कई को गायब कर दिया भाई, उन्हें जब से मार रहा रन्स. नहीं करना वैसा, like right, you should continue to back your players. So that's something very strange, and of course
वही है ना. वही है कि भाई जो लाइमलाइट में है, जो अच्छा खेल रहा है, उसको बिठा दिया, तो then there will be more questions raised. I think like India, Pakistan, the likes of these countries, the passionate fans, this is always going to be one factor that we have. जैसा अपन बोले थे, अगर इंग्लैंड में बेन स्टोक्स वाली हरकत बाबर या रोहित करेगा, it will have repercussions, wide repercussions. So you can't. There are a lot of factors that you need to understand for a captain or the management to even take that call.
अब मेरे पास एक सवाल है. मेरा आई टेस्ट के मतलब इट्स नॉट एग्जैक्टली आई टेस्ट, बट इट्स टू डू विद माय आईज. मेरे को उन्हें नहीं दिख रहा फवाद आलम. वेयर द हेल इज फवाद आलम? भाई उन्हें न्यूजीलैंड में भी देखो, उसको 10 साल के बाद चांस दिए, उन्हें आके मारा. न्यूजीलैंड में भी सेंचुरीज मारा. ओके ठीक है, पाकिस्तान में there's a couple of series against South Africa, he didn't perform to those expectations, but bro, he's been performing for 10 years. Give him a chance. उन्हें he's so scared कि भाई इतना घबराहट है वो आदमी में. I'm sure कि भाई उन्हें बॉल टच भी करा तो उसको ऐसा दिखता है कि भाई उसको निकाल देंगे टीम में से. So I don't understand, bro. That guy has.
But he's playing. I think he's playing first class. Yeah, he's still playing first class cricket. अभी भी I think लाहौर के लिए खेल रहा है, क्या कि 60s 100s मार रहा है, दबा के दे रहा है वहाँ पे भी. But अब ये है फखर जमान है, कितने की प्लेयर हैं यार. अगर अपन देखे एक टाइम पे
फवाद के साथ टू मच हो गया.
इमरान फरद भी अच्छा प्लेयर था, उसको भी गायब कर दिए थे बीच में.
नहीं मगर फवाद ब्रो, this guy has performed consistently for your domestic structure. उसको चांस ही नहीं दे. ठीक है, उसका थोड़ा अलग टेक्निक है भाई. न्यूजीलैंड में भी उन्हें मार के दिखाया आपको. He scored over there. Like I don't understand कैसा गायब करे. सरफराज अहमद ठीक है, like कैप्टन था, उसको गायब भी कर दिए. उन्हें भी है like option, like keep him maybe not in test cricket, but keep him in and around the vicinity. भाई उन्हें आपको चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी जिताया. मेरे बड़े खास दोस्त Chirag Kuru, who's friend of the show, and I don't think I've ever met you, Chirag, but I'm really happy that you're back. It's been a while.
He's the Chirag of the show.
पाकिस्तान को अपनी स्ट्रेंथ और वीकनेस ही नहीं पता. I don't think spinners is the strength. Fast bowling is maybe बहुत टाइम बाद होम पे खेलना स्टार्ट किया इसलिए. बट देखो वो सही बात है, लेकिन आप ऑपोजिशन का भी वीकनेस देखो. ऑपोजिशन का क्या वीकनेस था? स्पिन. कौन लिया विकेट्स? अबरार अहमद लिया. सो I think that was fine, but their approach and of course their fast bowlers also didn't live up to the mark, but also there was a lot of injuries. Shaheen bhi nahi tha, Ine nahi tha, Haris nahi tha. There was quite a few injuries. They should have got Mohammad Abbas. I don't know where he is. लेकिन for me, it was also the batting approach. Like, and it's not they were getting out to spinners; they were getting out to fast bowlers in home conditions. Jump it, thoda softer pitch, it won't bounce as much. The bowlers have to grind it out. आप फास्ट
Yeah.
बॉलर्स को विकेट्स दे रहे हैं तो लाइक इट्स नॉट लाइक इतना स्विंग हो रहा बॉल और एनीथिंग दीस आर योर कंडीशंस द फ्लैट विकेट्स स्पेशली द फर्स्ट वन आप वहां पे ऑल आउट हो जा रहे हैं भाई लाइक दैट्स मेरे
Even
को वहां पे
या
प्रॉब्लम हो रहा था
बिल्कुल। और मेरे को ये भी प्रॉब्लम है कि भाई जो एक्सपीरियंस बंदे, चलो बाबर फर्स्ट में 75 मारा बट देन ही गॉट आउट, चलो डिलीवरी फैंटास्टिक थी, बट आप ऐसा लेफ्ट कर दिए जहाँ पे आप ऑलरेडी एक्सपीरियंस कर दिए वो बॉल, you're not resonating any kind of hope to the ना। रिजवान अच्छा खेला, रिजवान 30 and 43 मारा, he was still okay, but apart from that first test में मैंने कुछ भी नहीं करा। तो आई थिंक इन लोगों को ही स्टेप अप करना है, या इन लोगों को बिठा के ये बच्चों को टाइम देना। आई थिंक नाउ लाइक फवाद आलम, संदीप, आई थिंक इट्स टाइम फॉर लाइक रिजवान टू सिट, बिकॉज़ रिजवान नॉट was poor even in the T20 World Cup, he was poor।
Yeah, even
रिजवान
like Rizwan Imam Azhar, like Imam ul Haq. Okay, I know he got a really good century once against Australia in one day. जो chasing पे था South Africa के against भी एक अच्छा century था. But उसके जब runs आते like it doesn't turn into match winning a lot of the time. So he also has to learn from that. Babar also like he gets outstanding runs, but like match winning कब आते? एक आया था श्रीलंका के against test match में. But apart from
या
that, where's the match winning runs? I want to see that from him. So these guys need to think and then give the youngsters a chance. Give others. Fawad is not a youngster. I understand that. But अगर आप अजहर अली को अभी तक back तो फवाद को क्यों नहीं कर रहे, ये मेरा सवाल है। अब देखो ये कमेंट देखो आपका, scored a century in 50 in the Qatar final after the selection इंग्लैंड का सीरीज के लिए। भाई कहाँ है उन्हें, आप इन लोगों को चांस दे रहे हैं, इसको नहीं चांस दे रहे भाई, उन्हें इतना परफॉर्म कर रहा है। इज दिस फेवरेटिज्म, इज दिस बिकॉज ही इज फ्रॉम अ सर्टेन सिटी, व्हाट इज दिस लाइक, इट शुडंट बी हैपनिंग, ही शुड बी गिवन अ चांस। ठीक है, अगर आप यंगस्टर को चांस दे रहे हो तो फिर अजहर अली, इमाम उल्लाह, इन लोगों सबको निकाल। आई नो इमाम उल्लाह इज स्टिल रिलेटिवली यंग, बट अजहर अली इन लोगों को निकालो फिर। तो सिंपल बात है, आई डोंट अंडरस्टैंड सर्टेन थिंग्स आर complicated in life. लेकिन yeah, Faiz, you want to move on to Captain's Corner and talk about the captains?
Yeah, let's go for it, bro.
Let's go, bro. So, Bhaijan, we're talking about team selection and everything. Also, the batting order today. Aga Salman can bat, bro. If you see in the domestic cricket, unhe batting kar sakta. He's actually a batting all-rounder. He bowls a bit. He's not really a bowler. Usko as a bowler, shayad select kare and stuff, but he bats and he's right-handed. So him and Saud Shakil could have provided a good left-right hand. I know that him, Nawaz and Saud batted well, but like you said, if Fahim Ashraf is coming after a long time, I know he can also bat. Lekin at that time, you send Aga Salman. You saw the shots he was playing at the end. Almost उन्हें जिता दिया था end में, right? 40 रिक्वायर्ड था, उन्हें 26 तक लेके आया। सो लाइक उसको वो टाइम पे लेके आना था। लेफ्ट हैंड राइट हैंड आप चला सकते, it plays with the bowler's rhythm, and he's someone who's batting well. He's in he scored some runs, he has some runs under his belt, so give him the opportunity instead of a Fahim Ashraf. They should have been a bit more smart in the batting order. That's where I think Power got it wrong with the ball. Look, I know like Abrar was sensational, but from the other end Babar's a bit confused, किसको बॉल दूं किसको नहीं दूं क्या करूं, तो मेरे को वो थोड़ा कंफ्यूजिंग दिखा फ्रॉम दैट एंड। आपका ख्याल क्या है?
मेरा ख्याल आगा सलमान फर्स्ट क्लास क्रिकेट भी क्वाइट खेल रहा था, उसको टेस्ट का नैक है, सेंचुरीज भी मारा उन्हें, आई थिंक 158 भी कुछ मारा उन्हें रिसेंट के एक मैच में। या बैट्समैन है तो आई थिंक उसको एज अ कई को इतना नीचे डाल रहे हो, उसको अगर सेट होने का है, उसका गेम कैसा है उसके हिसाब से उसको आई थिंक थोड़ा प्रमोट भी कर देना था ऊपर अगर परेशानी हो रही थी। बट ओवरऑल बाबर के थोड़े टैक्टिक्स समझ में आए नहीं, बिकॉज जिस तरीके से तुम बोले उसकी डिसीजन मेकिंग इन टर्म्स ऑफ बॉलिंग, डिसीजन मेकिंग, फील्ड सेटिंग, ये भी मेरे को इतना ग्रेट नहीं दिखे। एंड किल के लिए नहीं गया, दैट्स समथिंग दैट आई डिडंट गेट। ही डिडंट लुक इंटेंस। एक मिनट को भी ऐसा नहीं लगा कि पाकिस्तान जस्ट वांटेड टू सेव दिस गेम एंड गो ऑन टू कराची, ऐसा लगा ही जस्ट वांटेड टू, भाई ये तुम यहाँ तक ला लिए, बस है, let's just get to Karachi somehow, let's just get to Karachi and forget about it.
And the sad thing is उनकी टीम अच्छी खेल रही, मतलब अच्छे प्लेयर हैं, उन लोग क्लोज लेके जा रहे हैं, मगर there's certain mistakes that he's doing tactically and also individuals are making mistakes which is costing them the game. Pro 26 रन से हारे और ये चेस कर दे सकते थे उन लोग। इतना अच्छा बैटिंग कर रहा था साउथ शकील, मतलब वंडरफुल बैटिंग।
चलो वो छोड़ो, साउथ शकील का I would say okay, it's a controversial decision, let's leave South. नवाज was playing brilliantly. 45 पे था उन्हें उन्हें भी वही शॉट मार दिया, डाउन द लेग मारा, वहां पे मार दिया, आउट हो
और
गया.
इसलिए मैं बोलता हूँ ऊपर से थोड़ा अटैकिंग खेलो बिकॉज आपके पास है ये प्लेयर उन्हें यू नो देयर वाज अ फॉल्स नैरेटिव गोइंग ऑन इनटू द टी20 वर्ल्ड कप कि भाई पाकिस्तान की मिडिल ऑर्डर नहीं है इन खाली ऊपर से खेलते इसलिए टुक टुक खेलना पड़ता है इसलिए उन लोगों को 10 ओवर पूरा 10-15 ओवर खेलना पड़ता है थोड़ा स्लो स्टार्ट करना पड़ता है बॉलिंग देख लेंगी इट्स अ फॉल्स नैरेटिव मिडिल ऑर्डर में है बैट्समैन आज आप देखिए आप टी20 वर्ल्ड कप में भी देखे चाचू आके कैसा दबा के दे रहा था सो दे हैव ऑप्शंस so you know that's where you have to be a bit aggressive. You have to play with the bowler's line length. You're playing in your home conditions, bro. Faz. It's not like you're playing
Yeah.
away from home. जहाँ पे एंडरसन आके like you know nipping it away like एक अंदर एक बाहर वैसा थोड़ी हो रहा. So आके दो जैसा अबरार अहमद दिया ठीक है आउट हो गया but like bro if a bowler like that he's setting the tone for you. Youngster who's making his debut. He's coming out and giving it to Anderson like that. Why is in the top order doing that? That is the biggest question. From Rizwan to Babar to thing,
Yeah.
you know, like, and this is where the captain has to come in and say, "Bhai, we need to play thoda chala ke, like, and target some bowlers. Thoda game plan rakho because हमारी team अच्छी है भाई. हम लेके जाएंगे close against England, who have beaten everyone. Pakistan have taken them close today again.
Yeah.
But
I think
that,
that they,
like
yeah,
you
they're
said, the
just
kill
lacking.
factor, the
They're just lacking
ruthlessness."
self belief. I think इन लाइक बबल में आगे के भाई हमारी टॉप ही 6 मिडिल नहीं है एंड एक बार मिडिल आते कि हक्का बक्का लाइक हो जाते हैं, they get panicked. अरे अब क्या करेंगे, you know? So I think that they need to start believing more in themselves. They need to start sort of sticking together. And Babar really needs to step up. Rizwan needs to step up. If he's getting that opportunity in the third test, they need to prove a point in Karachi. I think that's what Babar has to really understand, that he can't just keep getting by. It's gonna be a very big call for him. Vinesh Bhai has posted another comment saying if Dean Elgar has given performances, not just statements in England series after first test win, they have the best chance to destroy pass ball.
The thing is with baseball because until Ben Stokes is there, it won't get destroyed because उन्हें bowling का खेलते जाओ now he has wins under his belt, he has evidence that it works. So even if they will crash, bro, there's going to be a game कि उन लोग 60-70 पे all out हो जाएंगे, and you know things will come crashing down. Against South Africa, that match they lost really badly because of baseball. You know, Nokia Robardo को मारने गए, and everyone's like, how can you hit these try to hit these world class bowlers every ball? They lost the game. Next game they came, they did the same thing, but they won this time. So like you know, until Ben Stokes is in control, it's difficult to get rid of baseball because he doesn't care if they lose. That's the main
Yeah.
thing. Right. So the
That's
theory
that, and
won't
that helps
work.
his team, and that helps his team sort of get the freedom of expressing themselves on the wicket, expressing themselves in terms of bowling, experimenting in the batting. कुछ भी करो भाई, तुम ना बच्चे हैं, पार्क में छोड़ दिए, खेलो, वैसा है मसला. So I think that is what going to help this England team to sort of be mentally more strong and courageous in their, you know, wanting to win the match. So that is what's going to help England. Speaking
Yeah, and
of
that is
why,
yeah.
yeah, go ahead. I was going to
Yeah,
say,
you're speaking of Ben Stokes.
yeah, Ben Stokes का नहीं, I was going to speak about the women's team. कल आप जो बोल रहे थे लाइव कमेंट्री दे रहे थे, आप लाइव अपडेट्स दे रहे थे, उसके बाद फिर अपन मैच देखे एंड ओ माय गॉड, रिचा रिचा क्या रिचा रिचा मार दी उन्हें. 200 स्ट्राइक रेट, 3 छक्के, 26 रन, 13 बॉल. वाह ब्रो, क्या क्या लेवल का कमबैक था वो, एंड क्या सुपर ओवर भी खेले. सो व्हाट आर योर थॉट्स ऑन दैट?
Outstanding, man. Smriti Mandana, man. What a batter. Outstanding. उन्हें जो सुपर ओवर में भी जो छक्के मारे, वो जो
ओ
कवर के ऊपर एक शॉट
ऑफसाइड,
मारी,
या
फिर oh, and then even during the game, leg side पे she was smashing it and timing it really well. Outstanding from her and Risha Ghosh as well, bro. आके तीन छक्के ऐसा मार के लगी, you know, take it close. And then I think it was Veda who
वेदिया,
hit the last,
देविका
Vedya
वेदिया, या
who hit the last boundary, matlab 5 of 1, she hits a boundary, takes it to the super over. Best thing about the match, there's 40 to 45,000 people in the stadium. क्या जबरदस्त atmosphere था. Super over था उसके ऊपर. Mandana played thing. India भी जीती, but you know Mandana played really well and you're playing against a very strong Australian team. जैसा मैं बोला, Meg Lanning नहीं थी कल, लेकिन you know you have Alyssa Healy, you have Talia
बेथ
Magra, you
मूवी,
have Mooney, you
या
have you know quite a few players who are outstanding. Alana King as well. So there's quite a few options that Australia had to beat them like that. It shows like you know you have to play out of your skin, and that's what India did. And I'm really looking forward to the next T20, but also the World Cup because if India can produce results like this, they have a good core. Harmanpreet is experienced, you know, Smithy is experienced, but then they have youngsters. We saw what Richa Ghosh did yesterday. They have Deepti Sharma, who is flexible as well, all rounder. So I'm really excited. But that was an outstanding game, and credit to Smithy and the girls, man. They killed it yesterday. It was
really
a lot of fun. Really enjoyed that game. यहाँ पे चिराग भाई का comment है, it's more about conviction in your approach. England stuck to pass ball, whereas Pakistan doubted them. They could have batted longer in first test and chased today as well, despite batting slow. Yes, it is about conviction in your approach. I think has left there, but Pakistan, even playing a bit slow, they could have taken it deep if they didn't play those false shots. Saud Shakil and also Mohammad Nawaz, उन लोग लेके जा सकते थे. They could have taken it deep and won the game even with a conservative approach. So you have to have conviction. You need to minimalize mistakes. Even England made mistakes. You have to minimize mistakes. You have to be confident and soak the pressure also. Like for England, they never were afraid of losing. Pakistan today and in the first test match, you could see they were afraid of losing. Even when Saud and Thing were batting, Nawaz were batting, they were a bit cautious. And when the time came, they lost that wicket. But
Would
he's
you
right.
say this
Cautious
is
approach,
yeah?
they
Would
could
you
have
say
won.
this is just because of the factors on the pitch or outside the pitch also, given the public and everything else? Do you think that also factored in as a problem for Pakistan to actually go out and play their game, natural game?
No, it's yeah, of course, like outside pressure रहता, but like even in game mistakes, it's associated with Pakistan cricket. They do tend to collapse. They do tend to break under pressure. I think they've been improving because you see they've made a semi-final, they made a final. They've played well in patches and test matches. Sorry about that. They played well in test matches, but अगर पूरा देखे तो वो जो lack of finishing off a game, that comes from, yes, confidence. It comes from outside pressure, but also from your own ability, your own conviction. Like Chirag Bhai said, you have to be confident कि भाई I can do and minimalize mistakes. आप देखो फाइचा का फाइनल में आया, कैच 3-4 कैच छोड़े यार उसके
Yeah, yeah.
असरंगा और क्या
Awesome
राजा
guy.
पहचान, okay, तो like and then even in that other final against England, the batting made mistakes. They didn't support they didn't stand up in the pressure situation. So they're improving, but yes, mentally, sometimes they do get sucked into the pressure.
Yeah, 100%.
One
Again,
thing I
Babar's.
wanted to talk about though,
Yeah, yeah,
when you
yeah. Go ahead.
which I forgot to talk about, is Jimmy Anderson averages 20.65 in Asia in the last 10 years. That is
Wow.
outstanding. So people who say कि उन्हें खाली English conditions में डालता, that is for you guys, man. What a bowler, outstanding. Again today, yes, I felt that Pakistan should have attacked him, but again he stuck to his line in length. And in this series, if you realize, Fez, he's a new ball bowler, but he adapted to Ben Stokes' plan. This is where it comes in the captain's corner. Ben Stokes, what did he do different? Sometimes a bowler like Anderson, you don't need to tell him what to do, but Ben Stokes does. He told him, "You come up first change. You're not going to open the bowling in Pakistan. You're opening bowler for the last 40 years, but you're not going to open the bowling here. You're going to come first change." So he came first change, and Anderson did his job. He came, he picked up wickets, he bowled a beautiful delivery yesterday to Rizwan, and he stuck to Ben Stokes' plan. He followed the captain. Yeah, I know Anderson does get pissed off at times or whatever. He looks like, थोड़ा सा arrogant है, ये है, वो है, but he's following his captain's instructions and he's delivering in every single condition in the test match cricket.
Yeah, I think when your captain wins 8 out of 9 games, you have to respect him. And I think when Stokes is delivering results consistently, so I think James Anderson can. Yeah, I don't think he's an arrogant kind of a guy. Maybe it's just that वो होता कि I am a senior player and stuff like that. But
Mm.
that didn't factor in a lot. It didn't, sort of dismantle the temperament and the unity of the team. So that is something that's important. Agar उन्हें, he starts taking 3 people in the corner talking rubbish about the captain, and that is going to create a problem. But I don't see that with this England squad. The way you've mentioned, Jimmy Anderson was crazy. That ball that he bowled, oof, क्या delivery थी, पूरे wicket फड़ गए भाई. So yeah, Jimmy
Yeah.
Anderson's a class act, and so is Ben Stokes, man. I think too much है. और Ben Stokes का
Yeah.
captaincy के बारे में जितने भी अपन बात करें, I think this is something the first time in my life I'm seeing something like this being so effective, and something so new that we never had thought we'd come to this.
अरे टेकीला में आ गया हमारे दोस्त भाई, किधर है भाई? आई थिंक पाकिस्तान इंटेंट उनको फेल कर दिया इन दिस मुल्तान टेस्ट.
Yeah, 100%.
इंटेंट भी कर दिया, मिस्टेक्स भी, मतलब आप डाउन द लेग साइड आउट हो जा रहे हैं. लाइक इवन विद दैट relative slower intent, they were still getting close to the situation. But yes, of course, at times I felt कि अटैक करना चाहिए था, एंडरसन को करना था, दूसरे बॉलर को करना था, नहीं करे थे. लेकिन more than that, the mistakes that they were making in the test match, it cost them the game. First innings में भी भाई 100 for 2 थे, एकदम से आप collapse हो गए 100. वहाँ पे बैटिंग का फेलियर है. So I know that Chirag Bhai was talking about the bowling and their fast bowling, spin bowling, but I felt that the spin bowlers did outstanding in this game. It's their batting which let them down in both occasions. Although Saud Shakil took them close with Mohammad Nawaz and Imam ul Haq, but it did let them down with big mistakes. But yeah, speaking of the India game, now looking forward to that 30-20. It's great to see so much crowd in the TY Patel, and I followed the whole World Cup in early in the year as well in New Zealand, the 50 over one. The T20s ones I've seen three, I think, and the 2017 50 over World Cup. So I love watching it, and now I feel that India is getting better. Australia, but still Australia is the best team in women's cricket, but India is getting better. It's good to see people like Richa Ghosh coming. Before they were too reliant on Mithali, Harmanpreet,
Italy,
and
yeah.
Julian Goswami. Now they have different options. Jimame Rodriguez, don't underestimate her. She didn't have a great game yesterday, but she's a very good batsman, can rotate the strike, and she's played in what's it called, the 100 as well. So she's played and the Big Bash. So she's played in different conditions. She understands her game well in T20 cricket, and I think she's a star for the future. Very young girl, so watch out for her as well. Anderson looks now versatile bowler now once he grabs reverse swing ability, because a few years back he looked out in a bowler in the subcontinent. Hats off to Anderson. Man, he's been outstanding. He remember he
Yeah.
was the bowler when England won the historic series against India in
Okay, yeah.
2012. Jab Peterson, Monty, Panessa and looked, Anderson used to come in, pick up 2 wickets, and then Panessa
5
and
विकेट
Stokes
कुछ लिया था ना, 25 for 20 या कुछ लिया था, I think.
वो तो अभी रिसेंटली लिया 2020 में, जो कोविड में जो सीरीज था, ही टुक 5 विकेट्स और 4 विकेट्स आई थिंक, उसमें भी उन्हें लिया. तो ही इज वन मैचेस इन इंडिया, ही इज वन सीरीज इन इंडिया, ही इज वन सीरीज इन पाकिस्तान नाउ, ही इज वन सीरीज इन इंग्लैंड, in Sri Lanka, sorry. He's won Ashes in Australia. I think New Zealand is one of the places he hasn't won. He's won in South Africa. I think it's New Zealand is one of the places he hasn't won, but this guy is versatile. He can bowl anywhere. And he's just like wine, man. He keeps getting better as it gets older, bro. Fine
Yeah,
wine in
100%.
it. Richa
In it.
Ghosh looks new finisher role like Hardik for the men's team. Yeah, I mean, yesterday I hope it wasn't a one-off, but it was outstanding. Teen chhakke maar de, I didn't expect that. It was really good, and they have other players as well. Like Dipti Sharma reminds me a bit of Jadeja type. She can handle the bat and the ball. They have Sneerana with the ball, who has very good control as well. Very good spinner. Can bowl in the power play if needed. So they have plenty of options. Also. The fast bowler Renuka Singh, man, she's very
Yeah.
good, and she kept her nerve in the super
Super
over.
over.
Also,
Yeah.
on a Commonwealth में क्या डाल रही थी? She took like one of her spells were like 4 or 5 wickets for like 7 runs against Australia in one of the games. So she's a very good talent coming up, a good replacement for Julian Goswami. So things are looking good going into that T20 World Cup, and that I think first they'll look to win the series against Australia and then plan for that. It's going to be in South African conditions. It'll be a bit different, but let's see what happens.
Yeah,
Guys,
it's
with
gonna
that,
be
let's go
interesting.
to our fresh off the press and talk about your favorite player, man. Before I go into fresh off the press thing, the intent she shows in Super Bowl was amazing, and his keeping style, like W Saha, yes, absolutely. Who are you talking about, Techie Lift? Are you talking about the wicket keeper?
Richa Ghosh. Richa Ghosh, yeah. Richa
Richa
Ghosh
Ghosh,
was
okay.
the, yeah.
Yeah, she was outstanding, man. Great stuff, keeping well as well. Fez, I want to talk about your favorite player who gave a press conference today and said that they're going to play aggressive cricket, and basically, I don't know if he were to use the word baseball, but it was implying that India is going to play some baseball in Bangladesh. Have you seen that press conference of KL Rahul?
KL Rahul, no, I haven't actually. I saw the
So basically,
unveiling of the ट्रॉफी की अनवेलिंग देखा था मैं, बस उसके बाद फिर होप्स थोड़े ऊपर हो रहे थे, तो I haven't actually seen that.
वहाँ पे हमारे खास दोस्त मनोज भाई उधर मौजूद है, तो उन्होंने भी साउंड बिट्स भेज रहे थे ट्विटर पे, तो मैं देखा था कि भाई केएल राहुल भाई ने बोले कि हम खेलेंगे एग्रेसिव क्रिकेट. ऑफ कोर्स वी मिस रोहित शर्मा, वी होप ही कम्स बैक फॉर द सेकंड टेस्ट मैच, लेकिन वी गोइंग टू प्ले एग्रेसिव, वी गोइंग टू प्ले आवर शॉट्स, वी आर नॉट गोइंग टू बी इन आवर शैकल्स एंड look to play some baseball. He didn't say the word baseball, I think, but like that's what he's meaning कि aggressive खेलना है. तो ये सिचुएशन अब ये है कि I know हमारे जो भाई लोग हैं पूछ रहे थे कमेंट्स में कि क्या सिचुएशन है for the World Test Championship. I think India have to win 5 out of 6. Now they have 2 test matches against Bangladesh and 4 against Australia. तो उसमें से आपको 5 जीतना है. तो Bangladesh you have to beat them 2-0, and then Australia you have to beat them either 3-1 or 3-0, and you have to take it from there. So that is India's situation now for the World Test Championship. They still have a chance. Pakistan lost 2 test matches that went in India's favor, and they're still in with a chance. Techie Liv is saying Ishawan can make debut, or KL and Gill should open for first test. I would like to see Ishar won't make his debut, but I think they'll go with Gill and KL because the thing is KL is captain. I was gonna say Gill or Ishar को open कराओ, मगर वो नहीं होने वाला है. KL भाई captain है तो नहीं कर सकते. KL भाई, why have you rewarded him with Test captaincy? I don't know, bro. The thing is, they rotated the vice captaincy between him and Pant, and now they made Pujara vice captain. I think they should have made Pant vice captain or Pant captain in this situation. But yeah, they've given KL Rahul the captaincy. Let's see what happens now.
केएल केएल राहुल
If
को
he
देने का
gets
ये मकसद है. आई थिंक द ओनली रीजन दैट दे गिवन केएल राहुल दैट सॉर्ट ऑफ थ्रेशोल्ड इज बिकॉज उन्हें आईपीएल में भी कैप्टन रह चुका है. उन्हें आई थिंक उसके ही इज आल्सो कैप्टन इंडिया ऑन क्वाइट अ फ्यू ओकेजन. अपार्ट फ्रॉम हिम देयर इज नो वन एज. कोहली को वापस देने का पॉइंट नहीं है. ऋषभ पंत जिस तरीके से अभी है इन व्हाट सिचुएशन ही इज विद हिज ओन परफॉर्मेंसेस, आई डोंट थिंक इट विल बी वैलिड टू गिव इट टू हिम एज वेल. सो आई
but
थिंक
टेस्ट में अच्छा फॉर्म है उसका.
फॉर्म अच्छे होने से क्या है, मतलब ओवरऑल इमेज उसका आई थिंक अभी थोड़ा up down है. तो I think इसलिए KL Rahul would be a better option because I'm saying that, so you imagine how much that is. KL Rahul, yeah, I think he's a decent choice. Only if he gets his form back, bro, there'll be no player like him.
What about Mayank and Prithvi in Test cricket arena? Look, Prithvi Shaw, I'm a huge fan of him. I want him to play T20 cricket. With the Test cricket, उसका problem ये है कि उसका जो in swinging delivery बहुत ज़्यादा problem हो रहा है उसको. So if he works on that and he shows more discipline, works on his fitness also, I think Prithvi Shaw can be a great Test cricketer, like a Sehwag type dasher, who can play that baseball type and put pressure on the opposition. I definitely like him, but there's technical faults in his batting which he has to work upon. I don't know if he's done it so far because it's been
Which
a while
he's going
since
to
he's
do because he
played Test
just joined
cricket.
Karnataka again, I think, as the captain.
Who? Oh no, I'm talking about Prithvi.
पृथ्वी तो
Prithvi
आपका
Shaw,
कब
yeah.
से देखना चाह रहे हैं आपको तो पृथ्वी is
Yeah,
your
so
favorite.
that's what I'm saying. Ki, like Test cricket, he will have technical issues, and if he works on that, if he's improved that, then definitely I would love to see him. I know he's playing domestic cricket, he's working hard, so hopefully we get to see him. He has to work on his fitness also. Mayank, man, yeah, where has he gone? He was your opener, in Australia for that Pehla series. Uske baad, in this next Australia series, he wasn't there. Then he came back in the middle order. He was part of that Gabba, I think, that Test match in the middle order. He contributed a bit, and I think that struggle that he had in Australia and in India also. I think after that they've not looked upon him, but now they've given Isarva a chance. Then you back him. I think you back Isarva and Shubman Gill and see how it goes. Of course, now it's KL Rahul, so you go KL Rahul and Shubman Gill, and then Isarva is your second opener. You back these openers for this series and the Australia series, and then take it from there. Then you can give others a chance later. Footwork and high backlift की वजह से उसका टेस्ट में चांसेस कम लग रहा है. टेस्ट फॉर पृथ्वी, यस. एंड फुटवर्क से क्या हो रहा है, अंदर की बॉल उसको आके काट दे रहा और उन्हें बोल्ड हो रहा है, एलबीडब्ल्यू हो रहा है, एंड कभी कभी टेंटेटिव होके पोक करके एच भी दे रहा उन्हें उसमें. तो इट इज the high back lift, it's the footwork also, it's coming late on the ball. That's why अंदर की बॉल उसको जब तेजी से अंदर बॉल आती है पृथ्वी शॉ को, उसको प्रॉब्लम होता. Mayanka as well, I hope to see him, but he was not informed. He did get dropped. So I think the players you've picked now, you go with them, you give them a good backing for this series and the Australia series. But उसके बाद देखो फिर क्या होता. You can get Prithvi back, get Mayank back. You have plenty of options to go. Shubman Gill, again, I feel I want to see him in the middle order, so I would like to see Sarwan and Rahul, but I know he's going to open the batting. Let's see what happens. Shubman Gill was outstanding in Australia, but in Indian conditions, he struggled. So let's see what happens in Bangladesh conditions. I think the ball's going to turn. First test match in a couple of days, I think the ball's going to turn, and so let's see what happens. On
Wednesday first match, yeah. It's going to
कल
be
नहीं
interesting,
परसों.
yeah. But I just hope, yeah, India थोड़ा बहुत, अगर aggressive cricket खेलने वाले तो it'll be interesting to see कौन शुरू करने वाला है वो चीज. I think Shubman Gill will open like you said, and I think he deserves that chance. I'm a very big fan of his and his shot selection in general. बहुत ज़्यादा प्यारे strokes खेलता है. उसके बाद King की form आ गई तो nothing like it. King back in full fledged.
He's got a T20 100 and one day 100 now. Just
But
waiting for the test.
मेरे को लग रहा है KL Rahul अच्छा खेलेगा. I'm telling this with a very open heart that I feel like KL Rahul is definitely going to do something sensational.
तो मेरे को उसमें भी बोले कि कौन सा मैच था वो, नेदरलैंड्स के अगेंस्ट मारेगा, नहीं मारा उन्हें अभी. हाउ डू यू रेट Wood and Robinson for some subcontinent? I've seen Wood in Sri Lanka, and I was very impressed with him in that series. I think it was in 21 or 20. I was very impressed with the way he bowled, and I felt then in Pakistan I saw him in the white ball. as well. So with
Yeah.
Sri Lanka, the red ball Pakistan, and now I again very impressive. And he said in the interview to Test Match Special that he's absolutely shattered. He's I think only bowled since March like 4, 5, 6 overs in Test match cricket or something like that. And he's absolutely knackered after this performance. But what a performance! The extra pace will always cause problems, and he's a
Yeah.
class bowler. I just hope he's fully fit. They asked him, "Are you going to go to Karachi?" He's like, "Yeah, I hope they carry me there, but let's see what happens." That was a joke, but let's see how his fitness is. Robinson,
Yeah.
class man.
Too good.
I
Too
didn't
good.
expect that. बहुत जबरदस्त क्या अंदर लेके आ रहा था बॉल क्या अंदर लेके आ रहा था he was reverse swinging it good decent pace also accuracy was outstanding and he came in and bowled those overs आके लगातार जान डाल रहा था उन्हें I was very impressed with Robinson and we've seen him cause problems with Virat Kohli and the Indian batsmen also but to do it in these conditions hats off man I think that was great from Mr. Ole Robinson but yeah I think from uh, that okay one
Yeah.
second I have one more comment now interested to see Kiwis when they play test against
Yeah. That's going
Pakistan
to be
in
interesting to
Pakistan
see. Yeah, that's
क्या
going to be
होता क्या
interesting.
भाई
अब क्या होता है कि पहले तो
can't
थर्ड
take New
मैच में
Zealand lightly
थर्ड मैच में क्या करते किसी को गायब करते सीरीज के बाद वो देखने का है उसके बाद आई थिंक या न्यूजीलैंड इज गोना बी इंटरेस्टिंग टू सी भाई उधर भी जबरदस्त क्रिकेट खेल रही न्यूजीलैंड अभी भी इंडिया के अगेंस्ट भी अच्छा खासा दे पुट अप अ शो बट या दे आल्सो हैव डेप्थ इन देयर स्क्वाड आई मीन अच्छे खासे बीच का है तो मजा आने वाला है देखने में उससे पहले तो ऑब्वियसली साउथ अफ्रीका का अदरवाइज ईगरली वेटिंग फॉर दैट
Faiz, your bowlers for India in the first test match हमारे भाईजान is asking Vinesh Wani sir
bowlers इंडिया
I
में
think
या गो अहेड
सिराज तो रहेगा सिराज को तो लेना चाहिए अब उनटकट को आई थिंक बिकॉज he's had such a good performance I would go with Siraj or go Unatkat and then
ठाकुर
probably
ठाकुर और उमेश यादव
I don't know, man. Maybe two fast bowlers and three spinners. But if it's a ranked tenant, that's what I would do. But
Yeah.
if you're gonna pick between Umesh Yadav and Thakur, I would just go with Umesh Yadav because of the extra pace.
Mhm.
I think he'll
Then
provide that.
they also have Navdeep Saini.
Navdeep Sen is also an
बहुत
option.
ज्यादा fa-
I'm think
बहुत फास्ट
I'm
बॉलर्स है
thinking
यार
Thakur can also provide with the bat.
Yeah.
So that's one thing he will give me. Umesh Yadav bhi firasat but Thakur is a bit more steady. So it's a tough one, but I want to see this more spinners because I think Bangladesh will produce rank turner. That's what my guess is. क्या पाकिस्तान को नया ओपनर मिल चुका है लाइक रिजवान एनजी भाई के भतीजा का क्या होगा उनके पास है और ऑप्शंस है डोमेस्टिक क्रिकेट में मेरे को नाम याद नहीं आ रहे अभी मगर along with Abdullah Shafiq they have opening options that they should choose and they should give a chance especially in test cricket because ठीक है Rizwan has been really good in your white ball and everything but he has struggled in red ball I think Vinesh bhai also mentioned that early on he has struggled with the red ball so I think in red ball give the players in your domestic cricket who have done well give them a good chance and allow them to play so that's how I'm thinking. Same thing, like with India, I think someone like Easterman should get a chance because he's proven domestically, he's done well.
Yeah.
So give him a chance and see what happens. I don't know if he's going to start the game, but I would like to see him some point, in this series or the Australia series. सरफराज को मौका मिल सकता है मिलना चाहिए मगर आई डोंट थिंक
सही
मिलेगा मिलना चाहिए
चले
उसको कहाँ गायब कर दिया मेरे को समझ में नहीं आ रहा सरफराज वैसे टीम को चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी जिताया उसकी कप्तानी के साथ लेकिन वो प्लेयर्स नहीं थे हमारे दोस्त भी आए थे चेंज ऑफ पेस से मुसाद भाई उन लोग भी बोल रहे थे कि मैं पाकिस्तान क्रिकेट को कब से फॉलो कर रहा हूँ और मेरे लिए वो जो चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी टीम थी वाज अ वेरी वीक टीम कंपेयर टू द टीम बाबर हैज नाउ और वो टीम सरफराज नंबर 1 लेके आया टी20s में और चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी जीता है तो उसको डेफिनेटली लाइक एटलीस्ट कीप हिम इन द विसिनिटी ट्राई टू प्ले अ फ्यू गेम्स ही इज अ गुड प्लेयर ऑफ स्पिन आल्सो सो आई वुड डेफिनेटली लाइक टू सी सरफराज भाई पाकिस्तान केवल यूएई में खेल सकता है भाई मगर यूएई में भी खेल सकता पाकिस्तान में भी खेल रहे हैं उन लोग मगर वो रिजल्ट्स नहीं आ रहे उनके तरफ से तो दे हैव टू वर्क ऑन दैट इम्प्रूव ऑन दैट सिमिलर कंडीशंस है पाकिस्तान और यूएई के थोड़ा फर्क तो होगा और उनके मतलब क्राउड के सामने खेलना चाह रहे तो ऑफ कोर्स दे हैव एवरी राइट टू प्ले देयर बट द परफॉर्मेंसेस विल बी वेरी डिसअपॉइंटिंग and yeah I think to wrap it up Fez anything else you wanted to discuss any bit of news that you have heard from the cricketing world
Nothing. I just was looking at Stokes. Stokes was saying after the match that he was comparing, like he's saying that Harry Brook has the potential to, sort of enjoy the kind of glory Kohli had over all the three formats. He looks at Harry Brook and says, "Okay, bhai, Harry Brook is someone who's going to sort of be like a Kohli kind of a player. Not exactly, obviously, but like he'll be in
Yeah,
all the three formats, all the three
I
formats."
heard that as well. Yeah, I heard that he can
Which
be
is
that
true
kind of
because
player.
अगर उसकी तरीके की बैटिंग देखी काफी maturity दिखी उसकी century में भी it didn't look like he was just boom boom bastic, Mr. Fantastic, but yeah, he can turn it up when he wants to, he can pace it down when he wants to. अच्छा खासा उसका भी shot selection is also good. He's had a good decent tournament till now, and the T20 World Cup also he didn't get a lot, he got a lot of opportunities, didn't show it, but yeah, we know what he can do in the T20 format, so it's going to be one to watch out for the future surely. बट या इंडिया बांग्लादेश में आप खुद टेंशन हो रही है इंडिया बांग्लादेश की क्या होता है वो टेस्ट मैच में काफी लोग हैं अभी तस्किन भी आ गया इंजरी से वापस ऑब्वियसली इंजरी से वापस आके मुंह फुट गया उसका लेकिन फिर भी आई थिंक ही विल वन दैट आई एम गोना बी वेरी वरीड अबाउट आई डोंट नो व्हाई
जडेजा का रिप्लेसमेंट को है और जडेजा इज प्लेइंग.
No, Jadeja's replacement is an all-rounder, I think, they just
अक्सर
got
तो
from
ऑलरेडी
India.
है,
है
कुलदीप है.
सौरभ कुमार is an
हाँ,
all-rounder. So slow left arm है उन्हें. I think
तीनों को
उन्हें है
खिलाओ उस पिलर
replacement.
को.
अक्सर है
हाँ,
अभी सौरभ है और कौन है अपना इन्हें क्या बोलते हैं अपना कुलदीप यादव सो
कुलदीप
या
या तीनों तीनों स्पिनर को खिलाओ. अश्विन नहीं है, अश्विन भी है. Ashwin Khelinga. Play Ashwin, Aksar, and Kuldeep. I would play three spinners. Thank you so much, everybody who has joined us. Make sure you like and subscribe, share our channel and our content with your friends. We would really appreciate that on your socials. Thank you so much, especially Vinesh Bhai, Techie Live,
आरपी
Gurnoor
पाठक
Paji.
भाई just joined us या
So
आरपी
I was
पाठक
just going to mention RP Pathak is a new person that I'm noticing. So thank you so much for joining. आपके लिए मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि please like and subscribe. आप जब भी आ सकते हैं आ जाइए हमारे साथ जुड़िए. नोटिफिकेशन की घंटी भी प्रेस कर दो एंड आपके कमेंट्स और सवाल पूछते रहे. वी वुड लव टू एंगेज विद यू. जस्ट विल टेक अ फ्यू कमेंट्स बिफोर वी रैप अप. रमी सेड बाबर को मैंने बोला है कि T20 प्लेयर्स को मौका दो टेस्ट में. अगर ये बोला तो मेरे को समझ में नहीं आया क्यों बोला ऐसा. Pakistan play very well. Unfortunately, not finished well. Yes, this is the other side of it, and I agree with that. Like they played
या
well, they didn't
100%
finish, but this has been their problem. So now they have to take it to the next step and cross that finishing line, be a bit more ruthless. I agree.
yes
They made it difficult to beat them. It wasn't easy for England. अच्छा खेली Pakistan, लेकिन because they're building a team now. Now it's about winning those important matches in series and taking it one
yeah
step further.
the day Pakistan के all departments start firing Pakistan will be an impossible team to beat bro अगर उनकी
Oh,
बैटिंग बॉलिंग ये सब फिक्स हो गया ना and they get a rhythm
मगर वो
going
होएगा
then
नहीं. पॉलिटिक्स रहते हैं, वो टीम मैनेजमेंट का इशू रहता है. कैप्टन कभी टीम बराबर नहीं पिक करता. फिर ऑन द फील्ड कभी बॉलिंग चेंजेस का इशू होता है. देयर विल ऑलवेज बी प्रॉब्लम्स. बट यस, आई एग्री विद यू कि लाइक दे क्लोज टू दैट. But if they do it, they will be outstanding because they have an outstanding bowling lineup and their batting is improved. But I don't know. I think because Shami and Bumrah absence, Indian Pacers look not up to the mark. Fast.
नहीं सिराज मेरे लिए हैज स्टेप्ड अप सिराज हैज बीन कंसिस्टेंट एक मैच में थोड़ा पिट गया था उन्हें आई नो 73 या 8 रन दिया था उन्हें कुछ बट अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट सिराज इज लुकिंग इन गुड फॉर्म शार्दुल ठाकुर जितना भी अपन क्रिटिसाइज करे उन्हें अच्छा लिया लास्ट मैच में भी 3 विकेट 30 रन कुछ लिया था उन्हें तो शार्दुल इज आल्सो लुकिंग इन फाइन फॉर्म आई वोंट से दैट वी आर नॉट अप टू द मार्क वी आर जस्ट टू डिपेंडेंट ऑन बुमराह एंड शामी वी एंड आई थिंक Arshdeep also had been bowling quite a decent amount of overs and he was getting decent amount of wickets तो है काफी आई फील के अप टू द मार्क है इट्स जस्ट वो रेगुलरिटी में आने का है वो T20 के माहौल से निकल के आई थिंक वी स्टार्ट टू फोकसिंग ऑन द 50 एंड द टेस्ट फॉर्मेट
100%. Thank you, Takile, for your comments and your support. Please do like, share, and subscribe. Your support is valuable. It is very valuable, and we really appreciate your support, Takile. Thank you so much. First, I think that wraps it up. Any last thoughts before we close things?
Semi-finals tomorrow. It's all on our minds. The World Cup is almost at the end, and what a World Cup it has been. Semi-finals: Croatia versus Argentina, and Morocco versus
Al
France.
Maghrib.
And that you guys better watch out for that Morocco and France match because it is a derby. थोड़ी बहुत दुश्मनी है वहाँ पे border सरहद पार का मसला है. Croatia Argentina already 3 बार खेल चुके हैं. Go ahead. 2018 World Cup में भी Group D में खेले थे. So yeah, it's gonna be an interesting semi-final to watch out for the FIFA World Cup, and we'll be back tomorrow. Maybe, hopefully, we'll try to do something, and we'll do predictions and stuff and have a fun time.
Yep, and for all our football fans, do join us on Chasing Green Arrows. Me and Fez won't be on the show. We have journalists from England, Dean Jones, and a fantasy football expert, Gianni, who's also based in England. They will be hosting the show today at 6 p.m. UK time, which is, I think, around 11:30 in India. So do join Chasing Green Arrows. They will be previewing the semi-finals. They will be talking about the fantasy players to pick for the
World Cup.
semi-finals as well, and they'll be looking at a bit on the quarterfinals as well. That England game and the Brazil game, the Portugal game. They'll discuss a bit of that. So do join Chasing Green Arrows tonight at 11:30 India time, 6 p.m. UK time, where Dean Jones and Gianni
Gianni Butters.
Bottice will be hosting our show. Virat post for Cristiano was so emotional. Yeah, Fez, we'll end with that. You please give me your thoughts. You're a huge fan of Ronaldo and Virat Kohli, so what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I really love them both. I love their mindset, never dying attitude. Virat Kohli has the same temperament. There was an interview where Virat Kohli said that the reason he likes Ronaldo better is because of the discipline and the amount of effort that he puts. The same with the King. The King put a lot of effort in coming back to his form. The same thing with Ronaldo. Even at 37, he is scoring goals. Maybe not very in the recent era. He's not been scoring a lot, but he was the top scorer for United last year. So you have to
True.
respect the man, put a respect on his name for what he's done for football and what Kohli has obviously done for cricket. We all respect that. But like when I'm coming to Ronaldo, yeah, Ronaldo, there's going to be not another Ronaldo that you're going to have. He's going to be the best.
All right. Thank you so much. With that, Techie Liv has given us the cue.
Sayonara.
Sayonara, guys. Take care. Ma salama. Goodbye. And thank you so much for joining us today. We will catch you very soon. Until then, have a good night. Take care of yourself. Make sure you like and subscribe and enjoy the sports around you. Take care, guys.